Welcome back to Lecture 5 of our AI Marketing 101 series. Okay, let's jump straight into this explainer and learn exactly how to build 5 cohesive agency-quality campaign visuals for your brand. And the best part? We're going to do it in under an hour for totally free, even if you have absolutely zero design skills. If you've been following along with us, you know we got our messaging perfectly dialed in during Lecture 4. So now it's time to generate the striking visuals that will powerfully carry those words out into the real world.
Look, before we even think about touching a tool or typing a single prompt, we absolutely have to establish this core mindset. A campaign image has a job, not just a look. I need you to remember that. Pretty is simply not the goal here. The true goal, stopping the scroll and actively supporting your message. We aren't just making digital art for the fun of it, right? We are building strategic assets designed to solve a problem and instantly capture attention.
So, here is our blueprint to take you from amateur AI slop to a professional visual set. We're going to hit number 1, the one visual rule. Number 2, the anatomy of a perfect prompt. 3, the consistency system. 4, fixing those obvious AI tells live. And finally, number 5, the final brand pass.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the one visual rule. Simply put, intent always beats randomness.
We really need to unpack the critical difference between making random art and crafting a purposeful campaign. Amateur AI art relies heavily on randomness. It gives you, say, a glowing neon brain or a futuristic robot for absolutely no reason other than, well, it looks kind of cool. But brand visuals, they are entirely decided. Every single visual is driven by deep research and a clear intent to make someone actually feel the specific problem you solve. It perfectly serves your copy line. When you build campaigns, the question is never, what looks cool? The question must always be, what does this ad need to make my target audience stop scrolling?
Moving right along to Section 2, the anatomy of a perfect prompt. Let's break down the S.C.C.L.B.A. framework.
Here's the reality. If you miss even one part of your prompt, the AI just fills that gap with total garbage. Think of this S.C.C.L.B.A. framework as your mandatory, non-negotiable checklist. Number 1 is subject, what is literally in the frame. 2 is composition, what is the shot layout. 3 is context or mood, what's the overall feeling. 4 is lighting, how is the scene illuminated. 5 is brand, your exact colors and stylistic themes. And finally, number 6 is aspect ratio. What is the actual placement size? You literally have to give the AI the complete picture to get professional results back.
Now, the single most brilliant move that makes AI images actually usable for marketers is creating negative space. This is a clean, empty area that you intentionally leave in the composition. You see, the AI's job is purely the visual. But you must instruct it to leave this negative space because your copy is the ultimate message. If your image is entirely cluttered from edge to edge, your text is going to fight the background and your audience will scroll right past it without a second thought.
All right, Section 3, the consistency system. This is exactly how solo marketers can look like a massive design studio.
Getting one good image? Well, that's just luck. But getting 5 that match perfectly? That requires a repeatable workflow. Step 1 is to lock a style block. This means writing out one reusable paragraph that defines your unique visual DNA, your medium, lighting, and mood, and you will paste this exact block into every single prompt you write. Step 2, reuse references or seeds. Feed the tool your best image as a reference point so all the future generations inherit that exact same look. And Step 3, strictly fix your color palette in words.
To really understand why that last point matters so much, think about how AI actually interprets colors. Vague prompts, like just typing blue and yellow, mean you will be off-brand every single time. The AI is just going to constantly guess which random shade of blue you meant. Instead, you have to name your exact colors. Say something like deep navy, hex code 0A163, and electric yellow, hex code FFD40. By locking in that fixed palette, you're creating a master style recipe that you save and reuse for every future campaign. It's an absolute game changer for studio-level consistency.
Next up is Section 4, live build and fixing AI tells. Because honestly, the judgment is your actual skill here. The software buttons are always going to change.
Whether you prefer to use DALL-E, Midjourney, Leonardo, or Gemini, this workflow relies completely on your creative direction, not the specific tool. When you're resizing your hero image for different advertising placements, like a 1:1 square for your feed, a 9:16 vertical for a story, or a 16:9 horizontal for a banner, the cardinal rule is to never crop.
Seriously, don't just take one square image and awkwardly chop it into 3 different sizes. It totally breaks the gorgeous composition we worked so hard to build. You absolutely must regenerate the image per ratio directly in the AI tool so it naturally fits that specific frame.
And here is the magic moment, the reveal. Image plus copy together equals the ad. You're going to drop your targeted ad line right into that negative space we carved out earlier using a big, bold, hyperlegible brand font. Neither the image nor the text works in isolation, right? But together, it is a complete, powerful advertisement.
But hold on. Before we finalize anything, we have to talk about quality control. To avoid getting clowned online, you always need to fix the 3 worst AI tells. First, never let the AI render your text, because it almost always spits out weird, baked-in alien gibberish. Always add the text yourself in a separate editing tool. Second, aggressively fix mangled hands or extra fingers. You can either crop them right out of the frame or use your tool's regeneration feature on that specific area. Third, if you notice the colors are shifting slightly, force the AI right back into line by reprompting the palette using the exact hex code.
Which brings us to Section 5, the final brand pass. Consider this your mandatory 90-second quality assurance check.
Before you put a single dollar of ad spend behind these assets, they must pass this quick checklist. This right here is what separates a real professional campaign from a messy Pinterest board. Number 1, brand fit. Ask yourself, could a total stranger tell these 5 images belong to the exact same brand? 2, legibility. Do the phone thumb scroll test. If your text fights the image on a tiny screen, you've got to either move the text or darken the backdrop. 3, artifact scan. Zoom in closely and aggressively hunt for weird edges or extra fingers. And 4, this is crucial. Confirm your tool's commercial usage rights. Knowing your rights before a client actually pays for the asset is the ultimate professional move that so many people carelessly skip.
So here is your 45-minute lab assignment for today. Go build out your campaign visual set. Post your hero image and your best ad placement, specifically the one designed to carry your copy from Lecture 4. And as you build this, I want you to ask yourself, what is the one color from your palette that ties your entire campaign set together? Be highly critical of your own work here. Are your images just pretty, or are they engineered to actually sell? Apply these systems, stop the scroll, and I will see you in the next explainer.